Good morning, folks. HelioViewer is lagging behind, so we're using the SDO site to watch the latest images. Another filament waits to release until after facing Earth. Today we've got some news articles that make you want to learn more about space weather. The storm alerts continue, unfortunately, but we end with a fun note. More electricity and plasma from our lab in Georgia. But first we come to spaceweathernews.com and find the last day on our star was calm, except for those pops off the limb. There have been no CMEs released at Earth, and the lone sunspot grouping down south with his flare effort this morning pretty much summing it all up. The Earth-facing quiet has depressed X-ray output in a big way, sunspots themselves too. Solar wind here, showing a rise in plasma density this morning, but in yellow the speed drops out, so minor perturbations are what's expected in our magnetic field until the magnetism of the solar wind changes or the speed ramps back up. Interesting note, our disaster app noted fading darkness or a return of light in that central coronal hole. While the watch score is elevated, we now have indications that it's struggling to maintain itself. Something more interesting here, look at that, tornado sunset. There is more expected this evening as the central U.S. is in the crosshairs yet again. May see the worst of it shifting towards the Great Lakes. Top article of the day is this. A NASA release with pretty images and a video is going around the internet discussing how the sun made our planet habitable long ago. Since you, our observers, you prefer the actual manuscript to third-party interpretations, essentially they're saying that major CMEs drove particle integration into the Earth system and warmed it up considerably. A faint early sun with super flares. Just as cool is this. A major effort was made by scientists to study the mysterious Martian plumes. Turns out, they think it might be space weather, which thousands of you already know because you saw Dr. Dunning's presentation from our conference, Observing the Frontier, where he said the exact same thing months and months ago. Also this. The latest from Yelverton's lab shows what happens with a sphere magnet placed inside the chamber during AC, DC, vacuum, and atmosphere environments and conditions. It is truly incredible to watch the difference between anode and cathode versus the double electrode setup of alternating current, especially in what it does to the little guy who wandered into the middle of the plasma stream. It brings into sharp contrast how a small planet coming between big ones could be receiving a lot of energy. Also, you can make the little guy start separating the elements in the Markland convections when they show up. Boom. All of Yelverton's lab, now 160 experiments and counting, can be found at suspiciousobservers.org, including those conference presentations I mentioned. Head over and click Become a Member to get hundreds of hours of material for less than a water bottle at a baseball game. We've got the rest of the world weather conditions today, more from our latest lab experiment, and shots of our star to close. It's 4 a.m. in the new Valley of the Sun. Eyes open, no fear. Be safe, everyone.